Hello, Cancer. This is Marley with Fawn and Fire Intuitive, and I'm going to be doing soulmate readings for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if this doesn't resonate with you, please check out my readings for your Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. If you're looking for a personal reading, my email's in the box below. You can just email me or direct message me on Instagram. I am on Instagram, Fawn and Fire Intuitive. I love connecting with you guys there, so if you're on Instagram, please follow me. All right, I did pull the cards ahead of time because I'm just trying to save time. I wanted to get through all the signs today, and I only had a short window, but I haven't looked at them, so we're going to see what's going on with you and your soulmate. This can be the energy, you know, their energy, your energy, the energy between you. We'll just see what comes out, okay? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Then we have Brown Bear Spirit. Take a time out. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. The shadow card we got is fragmentation, which we're going to look into that more. Then we have the Chariot, so Cancer, the Lovers, Gemini, and the Star, Aquarius, okay? So first thing is, I get the sense that there's deep feelings here on both sides, but the situation is confusing. And you're kind of being asked, it's almost like to hibernate, to just like accept and allow space. Like, you know this is real. You know it's real. It's real. What you feel is real. But you're being divinely guided right now into your own power, into a relationship that's power, into something that really fulfills you. This is definitely like, there's a connection here for sure. But you're either being guided towards a connection that actually will fulfill you even more, or you're guided towards seeing like, yes, these feelings are real and worth exploring, but what else satisfies you? What else adds to your power? Because right now it's almost like you don't have a plan. You are the other person. When you guys do not feel like you're fulfilling each other, it's like it really affects the power, you know, how you feel about yourself. So you're being asked to heal, to get what you want, to get the reward. And it's not been easy, and it's not really I don't want to like speak negativity over, but it's like it's not going to be easy because you're searching for something deep and fulfilling. There's no accident that you want a deep love, that you want a soulmate, that you want victory, like Thelma and Louise, like two people where no matter what you're facing, you're going to do it together. You're going to ride off into the sunset together. All right, I'm going to look into this shadow card a little more, fragmentation. I've been reading it out of the book for everybody because right now it seems like the messages are really deep. And sometimes they feel like a little too heavy, but this week in all the personal readings I've been doing, they've really been seeming to resonate. Yeah, so there is a connection here for sure, but there's a need of healing for it to actually become what you want it to be rather than just the appearance of what it is. And it's possible that you're dealing with some anger, kind of feeling out of control, like the things are not going to plan. When rage is projected inward, destruction joins confusion and we break. So first off, if you've been like in that place where you're like, I give up, it's not, you know, this isn't what I thought it was, I give up on this connection. It is what you thought it was. It's real and it's worth exploring. Let go of the definition maybe. Maybe the definition is what's tripping you up. And be willing to like take a time out and kind of allow space. I find in spiritual connections, we get really angry when we're trying to control it, like especially if we're like, forget it, I give up, I'm cutting this out. We feel angry because we know in our heart like we haven't completed like the healing, searching like what we were meant to learn, what it fulfills in us. Don't doubt, like you are being divinely guided because you're trying to find what's, I mean, all of your tarot cards are major arcana, the Chariot, the Lovers, the Star, all very good cards indicating victory, indicating personal fulfillment, indicating healing and wishes that once seemed far away coming true, you know. But they all have a kind of an action to it. There's, you know, Chariot is like creating the plan. A plan that doesn't just look good on paper, but is good. It's victorious so that you can move forward in it. The Lovers, making a choice. And then the Star, you know, healing. Really looking deep within, bringing the fragmented parts together, the duality in the thinking, not avoiding the fact that all of your feelings are real and worth exploring. So if you're feeling dissatisfied, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling fearful, you know, the point isn't just to be like, no, that's wrong. It's why. It's looking deeper at those. Integrating the shadow. Shh, no, that's Walter. What seemed to be a cold iron coat rack is topped by a broken stone statue of a fairy, visible only from the chest up. Stone roses at her breasts, a crack cuts her face and her body, a jewel is on her forehead, silvery insect wings stand at her back, a crescent golden slice of the moon is like a halo behind her head. It's possible to glimpse, suspended in the void, also the hands of a stone fairy. Okay, so a few things really jumped out to me. First off, it's kind of clear, you're only seeing part of the picture. You know, you can only see from here up. Some of you may have only met somebody online. But it's like you kind of see what someone's projecting or you're projecting. But it's only part of the story. And the great thing about the crescent behind her head is a halo. A halo is illumination. It's understanding. It's the opening of your crown chakra so that you don't just have like knowledge where you're kind of going back and forth, but you have wisdom. It's moved from just the bust, you know, to the heart. It's been integrated. And that's probably why it's like, okay, you're right. Like the things you feel, there's accuracy to it, you know? So no matter what you feel, don't ignore it, but be willing to take a time out and figure out what's you, what's them, what's the truth. Losing a sense of self is a crescendo of noise, which happens a lot when we're overthinking, you know, because it's just, we can get like hyper focused on it and we feel like we're losing control. Decrescendo of pain and a prelude to nothingness. So, you know, when we're trying to, sometimes just because we don't want to face like a certain storm or a certain outcome or a timeout, or an answer that we don't want to hear, we just start filling the void. You know, we start watching things that reinforce the fantasy rather than to try to like numb out the pain. Yet there is a fight within us because we know, wait, like do not lose sense of self and end up in nothingness. If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh were to turn to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dream were to fly, were to be forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? If my dream to fly were to be forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon. You know, sometimes we hold on to something because we have the dream so much, yet it is such a counterfeit of what we really want. I fought and lost, broken beyond recognition, not by the shallow sight of bystanders who can pity but who can't understand. I cannot even recognize myself through the sobs, through the tears, and when silence finally comes, through the empty motions and the conventional smiles. Who did this to me? I did, maybe, maybe not. What is broken can be mended, not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells his name anew, my name. And who will do that to me? I will. So you're doubting yourself, possibly. You're doubting a connection. And you're kind of being asked to like take a time out. Take a time out, re-examine the definitions. Do you need the definition? Or can you allow space to feel a connection with somebody that doesn't have a required outcome? Because here's the thing, especially with soul connections, if you start losing parts of yourself, that is not what it's about. Soul connections come to bring us into union with our own soul, to remind us of what love is, to remind us of what it means to allow space for love, to appreciate another's journey and our journey, to become receptive to the universe, like bringing in love all around us, not necessarily just in one place. You are 100% being guided. Your feelings are 100% real. The connection is real. But there's a need. Somebody feels like they've lost a part of themselves, okay? And the good news is there's victory, there's completion, there's healing, there's wishes coming true. But both the Chariot and the Lovers wanted to come out in the reverse, okay? So that leads me to the Star. We kind of have to accept healing, accept that sometimes things are farther off. You know, we can look into the sky, into space and think like we see the stars and we think we know like what they are. And then we get closer and it's not that at all. You know, it's a flaming ball of fire or whatever. Like, you know, you can look into the sky and it looks like you see a cloud and it looks like you could lay on it comfortably. But if we actually tried to, we would fall through to our deaths, you know. Sometimes when all we see is like the bust, the perfect sculpture of like what it could be. Like, does it actually have legs? Is everything that's needed there to make it happen? And you're going to get the illumination. Don't be afraid of a timeout. Okay, Cancer? All right, so much love to you guys. I'll talk to you later. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below if it resonated. And again, it's Fawn and Fire Intuitive on Instagram. Bye, guys.